Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a Boba 14-inch pillow DIY dupe, and here is this fabulous fabric that I could not find, but I loved it anyway. These pillows run from a 14-inch, $37.97, all the way up to $51.09, and then you can get a 9-inch for $27.97. I also found this sweet version, and I love the fabric of it also. And I thought, well, hey, I could probably find this fabric. So after studying the fabrics and looking at the different style of pillows, and I decided I would run over to my local JoAnn store to find this special fabric. This pillow is gorgeous to me. Okay, so this is the closest version I could find. It was super, super thick. This is like maybe for a couch or something, or some heavy drapes. I have no idea what this could be used for. Pillows too. So anyway, I bought the fabric. It was $59 a yard. Well, it totaled up to $59 for that fabric, and I bought a yard and a half, and it was on sale at 30% off, so can't go wrong. So my first thing was to do is I really want a 14-inch pillow, but we end up making a 12-inch pillow. However, what I did was just I started in the center of the paper, and I just used some strap paper from where I hung my mirrors from, and so I'm going to make a pattern to cut out, and I did 14 inches all the way around so that I can make a circle. Now you can probably find something in your house to trace and get the size circle that you want, and I didn't think about that when I was making this. I could have used my pizza pan or a charger plate, anything like that, to make a circle, but I kind of struggled making a circle. But it doesn't matter about the circle. Is what matters is that we're going to get the right shape to make a circular pillow. And so what we're going to need to do is have a circle to begin with, because we want to shape out the middle of the little individual, I'm going to call them flaps, that we're going to sew together to make this pillow into a circle. So what I did was I draw out the shape that I want to cut out in the middle of the circle, and I wanted to make sure that it was nice and even. So I measured it a couple of times, and then I decided, you know what, let's just cut it on out and fold it in half and then trim it to shape to make sure it's even all the way around, and you'll see that here. Okay, so I have the flap. I folded in half, and now I'm going to see how off the shape is. And as you can see, there is a lot of leftovers on the side. And I'm so sorry that I'm in your face, but all the girls was hanging out, and I couldn't have that on camera. So after we cut that piece off and it's measured in half, we're going to fold it in half one more time to make sure the points are the same. And as you can see here, we were way off. So we're going to make sure that we cut that down to size so that it'll be nice and even. You want perfect flaps. And I'm calling them flaps. That's just what I'm going to call them. And there, I think we have our perfect flap to make our first ball. And I'm going to continue to make these. I'm going to use this as a pattern and trace out 6 more of these. Well, 5, because we're going to make 6. We're going to need 6 to make 2 pillows. So that means there'll be 3 on each side. And then we're going to pin them down. And I doubled my fabric, so I folded over twice to save time, and then I'm making sure I pin all the way through so when I cut it, the fabric doesn't move. And it's a very important step. You do have to pin your fabric down to make these pillow. You know what? Also, I'm using a sewing machine for this project, but you can also use glue. Get you some good Gorilla Glue, fabric glue, and you can make this pillow yourself that way. Fabric glue may take a little bit longer, so I would suggest using Gorilla Glue with a glue gun and just get it done. You don't really have to sew this in. So now that I have them all pinned, I'm going to begin to do my cutout, and I go ahead and cut the fabric so I can make it easier to move it around when I cut out the pieces. So I'm cutting off the excess that I don't need in the way at the moment. Now this pillow these pieces that I cut out will make me two pillows. So each one is doubled up in fabric. So that means we only need three pieces which are doubled up. So that's six per three. And we're going to make these pillows. And I want two because I want to put them on my couch just to bring a little fun piece into the living room. Make sure you have some sharp scissors, especially when you're using fabric that is as thick as this one, because it was definitely tough to cut. Okay, so I have my pieces cut out and I am ready to start sewing. I'm going to add a zipper into this, so which is not on the pillows in the store, but for me I think it'll be easier for me to close it up after I stuff it with the zipper than to try to stitch it after I zipper it. But if you want to not have a zipper, you don't have to have a zipper. You can just glue it shut instead of having a zipper. So I was looking at how it's going to look once the pieces are together, and I was liking what I saw so far, and I love how this fabric just matches up like seamless. I love that, like wallpaper, just like how wallpaper matches up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to separate the pillows. So we know that these three here are going to be for the second pillow, and these two are going to go with this one. So we're going to get this pillow start to sewing. So I first decided that I would put the zipper in, and the zipper, it was a little bit confusing. So what I did was I made sure I put the zipper in the right way, where I had the fabric facing the back end of the zipper, and then I sewed it down. And you have to be very careful not to sew into the zipper because this is a plastic zipper and it's easy to go crooked, especially when you're having to do a curved shape. I'm sorry about the camera jiggling during the sewing machine process, but the camera was sitting on the table. The things we have to do to share with you guys, that's one of them. So as you can see, I'm curving around with my zipper. You can see it's taking a form. And when I fold this back, it's going to be a nice little shape. And I'm going to connect the second part that's lying on the table on the other side of the zipper so that we will have our little zipper. And I do believe this zipper is 14 inches. It was the right length in this zipper sewing, the shape of the pillow, and the only thing about it is I think it was a little too long. I should have used a smaller zipper. I didn't need such a long zipper. So a 6-inch zipper would have been fine. So if you was to make this and you want to add a zipper, just get a little small 6-inch zipper. You don't need it to be all the way from top to bottom like I thought that I needed, but it really wasn't necessary. So I began to sew all these pieces, and each piece is going to be a set of two, and then we're going to connect each set of two together on one side, so that we can continue to add in the next set of two. So that's the second set of two that I just did. So we have the first set, which is the zipper, and then the second set, as you can see, there's two pieces. So now we're going to connect the piece with the zipper and the first set that we just did, but we're only going to connect it on one side because we still have two more pieces to sew together and connect on the third side. So this is all like three sides of two. Three sides of two. Yes, three sides of two. So we're going to sew that together. As you can see, it looks like it's just forming right together. While we're making a little pie here. And this fabric was really tricky. It really unravels easily, so you have to be careful. And as you can see, I'm curving around with the fabric, so you have to push your fabric in a curved motion when sewing it. So it's starting to look cute. Look at that. And you see where the zipper is. Okay, so now we're going to get the second two pieces and we're going to sew them also together, and we're going to make sure that they're nice and tight on one side, and then we're going to grab all the pieces together and connect them. And guys, you know I'm not a real seamstress. I've never been trained. I just picked up a sewing machine and decided I could sew. And if I can do it, you can do it. But like I said, if you're afraid of the sewing machine, go ahead and get yourself a glue gun. But this Brother sewing machine only cost me $89 at Walmart. Okay, so I unzipped the zipper just for security purposes because I didn't know how hard it was going to be after I closed it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to sew the two raw sides to this piece here. So we're going to connect them, and we're going to also, you're sewing everything inside out too. So you make sure your fabric is staying face down. That's very important. So we're going to do one side now, and I left the zipper open so that I can have room to move the fabric around. So that's why I put the zipper in, because it helped me to be able to put it on my sewing machine. And as you can see, I'm keeping all my fabric to the left side of the sewing machine instead of the inside. That way it's easy to move around, and it's definitely when you're going in curved shapes. Okay, so we got that side done. Now we got to connect the final side and then close the zipper, and we will have a pillow, ladies and gentlemen. We will have a pillow. It's already starting to look like that bouncy ball. So this is the last piece that we're going to attach, and then our pillow, even though it shapes like some type of star fruit, it's going to form a circle. Isn't it cute? Look at those stitches. Perfect stitches. Just look at it. Perfect edging. And then there's a zipper in the middle. Now the zipper wasn't very flattering to me, but again, it was necessary for me because I didn't want to have to worry about trying to stitch it together, hand stitch it after I stuffed the pillow. And we are about to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking so good. I'm checking for holes to make sure that everything is nice and stitched tightly. And if I find any holes, you definitely should go back and just run over them really quick to make sure that everything is sealed. Like I found a hole in the center, so I'm going to make sure I just go right across the top with the even line. And then you want to make sure you knot it so it doesn't unthread on both ends from the start to the end. You knot the thread. And the sewing machine automatically have a knot tire. You just push the button. So there you have it. I have my ball-shaped pillow. Now let's just begin to stuff this bad boy. So this made it easy to me having a zipper, and it made it easy for me to just put all the stuffing that I want. And I'm using this polyfill that I got from JoAnn as well. It's very soft, and it's one of those type of fibers that you can reshape inside your pillow. So that's one of the reasons why I chose that. And you can get that size of bag for like $16.99 or $14.99. I'll definitely leave a link for that below, and I'll leave a link for the zippers. The zippers were also buy 3 get 3 free. And here's my pillow. How do you like it? I love it. I think it looks just as close. Now, I bought these online. I like it better than those. And I like the fabric. I think it ties in my rug, my couch, and my colors is tan and cream. So I really like the way that look. And the fabric is gorgeous to me. It looks almost like a rug itself. That fabric is super thick, you guys. I love it. And do you see how it connects? It just flows with each other. Now, if I say I can't sew and I sew this pillow, you guys can sew too. It's just a little bit of imagination. You can make it work. Well, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Love you. Bye.